and I'm Nigerian. My wife was picked out for me in Nigeria. All right. So I had to find, let me tell you, finding a soft-spoken, feminine, Black American woman, because they're so rare, it was like I got one. I was frantic. Okay. So
Think Like a Man is a great movie reference for that.
no, it is not. That is one of the
It
worst
is
movies of all
completely
time.
not.
I was just kidding. Jesus.
Do you think
No,
that
you weren't. No, you
Hadi,
weren't,
you weren't.
Hadi.
Oh, trust me, I was.
You were not.
If I
No,
could
you weren't.
reach
If
through
we
this
would have
crowd.
agreed, you would have said, "Isn't it?" Yeah, you would have continued, Hadi. Don't
Oh,
lie.
hell no.
Let's
I
go.
thought that movie is stupid.
People don't like to talk about it because of, whatever reason, but you actually need to drill down into it and get granular. It is because of the values, culture, and which transcends itself into behavior. Black men, and like I said, it is very hard to tear any man away from his ethnic counterpart, his ethnic female counterpart. We naturally want them. So you have to think, if men are actually going outside and seeing other women as um suitable options, you got to look at those details. It's because in a different culture, women don't talk to me like I'm crazy. Women don't make me feel like I'm stupid. These are the things that men tell men. We're not going to sit here and cry about it on YouTube, but this is what they're actually saying. If a Black man could find a woman, like, let me tell you something, especially a man like me, I married a Black American woman, and I'm Nigerian. My wife was picked out for me in Nigeria. All right. So I had to find, let me tell you, finding a soft-spoken, feminine, Black American woman, because they're so rare, it was like I got one. I was frantic. Okay. So that's how rare it is in our society. And that's why, unfortunately, Black men are more so going to look outside of the race because, we don't talk about it. It's uncomfortable, but the women aren't casual about letting us know they don't give a shit about us. So we naturally don't give a shit about dating out.
I would say, like, you should ask Black men, if compare, right? Since you're comparing to other races, I think that it doesn't matter if the woman has the features that he likes, whatever. If these women were behaving the way that men want them to behave, they will go and pick them first. Simple as that. Ask them that way. If black women were behaving in the way that you want, would you go with Black women or any other race? Also, Indy, I would say you cannot compare these men passport bros that they're not getting married. That's why I don't agree with them. I have no problem with them traveling. I have no problem with them exploring the world. But my problem is they are saying that there is good women out there and they are still not getting married. That's my problem. They're not marrying them. They are just spreading their toxicity. That's what they're doing. And that's why other countries are closing their doors.
And I would say that I was raised in a traditional home. My parents were married for 38 years before my father passed away. And we were taught to be traditional. That's what we saw growing up. My mother was a stay-at-home mom of 5. She stayed home. My dad brought in the bacon. Right? So when I was raised to believe and see, that's what I act out naturally. And I don't have a problem with any race trying to date me. Black men, white men, Hispanic men, Asian men, they all try to date me. But I think it's the way I carry myself. It's my demeanor. It's how I talk to a man. Because I was taught by my father, this is how you, even if you have an issue, this is how you bring it to a man. It's not a yelling. It's not an argument. It's a conversation. And you can even have a controversial conversation, but you can do it in a way where you bring it to him peacefully. So I think if that is taught, if women are taught how to talk to a man or how to respect a man, that's what they need most from a woman. They need to be respected. They need to feel respected. My dad said that's number one for a man. Above love, they want respect. And I think they feel disrespected a lot of times by their women, unfortunately. So I just think it needs to be class taught. This is how you talk to a man. It's a lost art.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kel. Do you think it's? You said that you're. You said that you.
Think Like a Man is a great movie reference for that.
You said what?
I said Think Like a Man is a great movie reference for that.
No, it is not. That is one of the
It
worst
is
movies of all
completely
time.
not.
I was just kidding. Jesus.
Do you think
No,
that
you weren't. No, you
Hadi,
weren't,
you weren't.
Hadi.
Oh, trust me, I was.
You were not.
If I
No,
could
you weren't.
reach through
If
this
we would have
crowd.
agreed, you would have said, "Isn't it?" Yeah, you would have continued, Hadi. Don't
Oh,
lie.
hell no.
Let's
No,
go.
I thought movie is stupid.
so Kelly, you said that you grew up with like your dad and he was like a like you grew up with both your parents and stuff
Mhm.
like that. A lot of the modern Black American women are not growing
Don't
up
have
in
that.
households. So a lot of the time we talk about this all the time on like the panels and stuff. There is no like you said, like there is no temperament on how to deal with a man, and if you feel like he's getting a certain type of way towards you, they buck up. We've talked about how it plays out even in like legal scenes. Like
Mhm.
they're not listening to police officers or authority because they've never had a man, you know, tell them what to do. They don't want to listen. So I think that like you were like definitely blessed and stuff like that, but the reality for a lot of American Black households is that they don't have a
They
father.
don't have that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm writing a book, shameless plug. It's called A Father's Love, and I wanted to like kind of give the lessons that I was taught by my father, because a lot of women don't have fathers, and not only that, they don't have fathers that impart to them. So he gave us a lot of wisdom, and I want to be able to share that with people who don't have that in their lives. So
It's necessary. And Kevin Samuel said it. Dudes can come up here to talk all day long, but until a woman says it, women won't really listen, won't resonate.
yeah. So yeah, that book is 2 women. And I've had my boyfriend actually thank me. Like we'll have a conversation and I'm like, "Okay, well thank you for letting me. I didn't know. I'll work on that." And then he was like, "Is that it?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's not going to be a fight?" And I was like, "A fight about what? I value what you say. It made a lot of sense. It's not like you're like, you better do this." He was like, "This is what I think. This is what I'm seeing." I was
Golly.
like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay, I'll work on that. Thank you for letting me know." And he was just like,
Do you know what my
"Never
it
experienced
like
this."
it no cap, it really hurts my heart that what you're doing right now is gonna naturally happen to every woman. If we can't humble you, if the people, your friends, your family can't humble you, time will. And they're gonna learn it way too late. By the time they're ready to be like and just stop putting up a fight and realize that all you had to do was be easygoing, and maybe he isn't crazy. Maybe it's me who just needs to change my perspective. I don't know what too late means, but I feel like it's going to be too late.
But I also learned that from my father, because like when he came to me, he did give us criticism. He did reprimand us, but he also did it in love. So when he did it, I knew he was doing it from a place of care, and I received it. So I'm used to getting that from a man. So it was it's really easy to receive that in a relationship
I was
when
gonna
it's
say
done the
that.
right way.
I was gonna say that, Kelly, because I think that matters. Probably the way that he said it was like, there's difference between coaching and just um saying or giving
Jai.
an order. There's a big
Jai.
difference. And I was raised by my father. So I know the way that he talks to me is not the way that certain men that I hear in these panels talk to. Some men here scream and they get like so emotional, and like at some point I have to remove my headphones.
No.
I'm like, no, this is too much. I'm not used to this type of no. So I think what the words matter, and that's why sometimes women are like in this mode, like, hey, don't
Like on
attack me,
defense.
or they are like ready to fight because men are aggressive too. And I have to give the example. There was a man that approached me on a chat, on a DM, and he was very aggressive, and I was like, why are you talking to me like this? And I had to tell him, I think you are used to talking to aggressive women, and that's why you are coming to me in this aggressive way. And when I addressed and pointed that way, he said, oh, it was just a joke, because that's their defense mechanism. They we know when something is serious, it's like, oh no, it was just a joke. So I had to put him on check, and I'm like, no, 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 it's not a joke. My time is valuable, is precious. So please, as much as I'm respecting your time, please respect my time. This is not a joke. I was not joking. It's a serious conversation. So things like that happen. But I would say that is the miscommunication when men he has money in his mouth. Please, no, I
You
didn't see
sharing,
that.
Hottie?
I did not see that. so sorry. I said it out loud.
Sorry, I own a business. I'm trying to multitask.
I lost my train of thought.